Spilling the tea on literally every single thing that I have done to my face, to my hair, and to my body to look like this at age 51. I get that question a ton, and I did make a commitment to y'all and to myself about 1.5 years ago after I ended a toxic marriage that I was going to show up as vulnerable as possible on my YouTube channel because I just feel like it is my calling to help all of you. So I'm gonna literally hide nothing and share all of it. Now, the last thing I'm gonna talk about in this video is the one thing that I actually have done to my face that was the worst thing I've ever done, and I wish I hadn't done it. So you'll definitely want to stick around to the end. I'm also going to be sharing a fun dating story, third date update with Mr. GK. So I'm excited to share that. Without further ado, let's get started. The first thing I'm going to talk about, this is the one and only thing that I have done to my body. So this is what I look like in a bikini. Of course, I eat clean and I do hot yoga and I work out. I've done an entire video on how I stay fit at age 51. I will link it down below, but that's not what this video is about. So I did have a boob job about 24 years ago, and I still have the same implants. I got saline. I think I did a full C. I told the doctor I don't want big, huge boobs. What I want are boobs that look proportional to my petite frame, and that is exactly what he gave me, because before I had this boob job, I was literally as flat as, you know, the floor. It was ridiculous. I just didn't feel good about myself when I had on a bathing suit. So that's one little tip I say. If nothing bothers you, then don't do anything about it. But if something does bother you, there's also no shame in doing something about it, because aging isn't optional. However, aging well is. So that's my little tip, right? If it bothers you, so my flat chest bothered me, so I did something about it. And after I did it, I was so happy I did, because my clothes fit so much better and I just felt more confident. The second thing that I do, and this is a good one, and I started doing this about, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago, and I have seen dramatic results, as you can see, and that is using this amazing LED mask. It is called the Ulike ReGlow LED Therapy Mask, and it is phenomenal. What I have been struggling with, you know, for the last couple of years is obviously more fine lines and wrinkles, more dark spots, more thin, saggier skin on my face, especially crow's feet and around my smile lines. And I'm gonna get to what I've done at doctor's offices to help that. But this device, since I've been using it, as you can see, the before and after picture, I have lessened fine lines and wrinkles. I have better skin texture. The dark spots on my face are not as dark anymore. I would like to thank Ulike for sponsoring this video. Ulike, a company that is designed to awaken beauty and confidence, which really aligned with the mission of my personal YouTube channel. I want to share with you why it's better than all its competitors, because obviously, like any other product on the market, there are competitors. So it has over 7 million users, if you can believe that, worldwide. It features 4 times the LED beads and higher energy than all of its competitors as well. This company has 12+ years at the forefront of skincare innovation with advanced light therapy. It's also expert approved with the support of Dr. Michael R. Hamblin, who is a renowned pioneer in light therapy. It also has FDA and SGS and other safety certificates, which I think is very important. It has 272 LED powered lights, which is 4 times its competitors. Can you believe that? Which equals more results, as you can see from my before and after photos. Most brands only use 130 LED lights, and like I said, this one uses 272. It also offers 360-degree mirror reflection, which means it has full coverage on your face, which also equals better results. So there literally are no spots that it misses when it's on your face. It's doing the work and giving you more radiant and vibrant skin. It also has an eco-friendly shield and optimized 1 centimeter spacing. It has 4 light settings, and it comes with this remote that you just plug in, you put the mask on. And what I like to do is I like to meditate, because I've really found that since I've started meditating the last like 2 to 3 years, I have felt so much more calm and less anxiety. So I kind of get a little double dose of like self-care. I put the mask on for 10 minutes, I meditate, and it's just like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. But I love the fact that it's got 4 different therapy modes. So this is the first mode. This is called the glow mode. It uses yellow light and infrared light, and it gives you brighter and more glowy skin. To get it on the second mode, you click it again. This is the firm mode. This is the one I use most often when I meditate, or even when I'm working. Sometimes I'll put the mask on and answer emails or whatever. It's like a good way, again, to kill two birds with one stone. This one uses the red light and the infrared. And this one's gonna do a great job of lessening those fine lines and wrinkles. You can think of this one as the anti-aging mode. Each mode has composite lights, and not just a simple light, which is huge because that's going to give you the better results that I'm showing you here in my before and after picture. For example, when you're using the firm mode, which again is the one that I use most often, which uses the red light plus the infrared, is definitely going to give you those lessened fine lines and wrinkles and just smoother skin all around. This is the rejuvenation mode, and it offers yellow light and red light. This calms redness in your skin, so this would be great if you have like rosacea or something like that. It also strengthens the skin's natural barrier. And finally, the fourth mode is clear mode. This is blue light plus infrared, and this targets acne. So I absolutely love that. I don't personally have acne, but I did when I was a younger adult. So had I owned this when I was in my 20s and I was suffering from adult acne, I would have 100% used this. So here's how I use it in my skincare routine. Basically, I take off my makeup, I cleanse, I tone, and then I grab the mask and I put it on for 10 minutes. Like I said, I'll either do it while I'm answering emails, or sometimes I'll just meditate, lay in my bed or on the couch. So I love that I can kill two birds with one stone. Sometimes I'll do two modes in one sitting. I'll do the bright mode for 10 minutes, and then I'll do the firm mode for 10 minutes. And I feel like that's the most beneficial. So I try to do that like 3 or 4 times a week. And then the other 1 or 2 nights, because I don't do it every single night, I will just use the firm mode. And then after that is when I apply my facial serums and nighttime moisturizers. Now this is how it works and why it works so much better, but it basically boosts collagen production. And anytime we boost our collagen production, collagen is what is in our skin that makes our skin look so much more youthful and radiant. We had a ton of collagen in our 20s and 30s, and now as we get older, we just don't have as much collagen. So anytime we can get something that boosts our collagen, this is key. It improves blood circulation, which is also very important when you want to look more youthful and radiant and just have a better, prettier complexion. It also repairs skin cells, which makes your skin brighter and smoother. It's also very cost effective because if you use this mask on a regular basis, like I would shoot for at least 3 times a week, I try to use it 5 to 6 times a week, you won't have to use as much Botox or filler or facials or all the other things. So it can actually end up saving you a ton of money in the long run because again, you won't have to do all those other things. You can use my code FASHIONGLOW to receive a discount, and the link to purchase this fabulous LED mask will be linked down below in my description box. For the first 1,000 users, you can get a free gift, which is an amazing hydrating mask worth over $80. All right, the next thing that I've done to my face is Botox and Dysport. I get Botox every 3 months. Botox, I get it in my forehead. I get it in my crow's feet. I get it, that's basically it. I think I've had Botox once here above my lip to give me like a little lip flip, which basically just kind of makes your lips go like this. I get Botox at a place called Vitalik Med Spa. They're phenomenal. They're in Dallas, but they have other locations in Texas. So if you mention my name, you can get a discount of 20%. And I do get the Botox, like I said, about once every 3 months. And I find that if I alternate Botox, then Dysport, Botox, then Dysport, it has a better effect on me. The next thing I do is I get a halo laser treatment once a year. This is basically like a laser treatment on my face. And it's just like this really cool machine that they have. They have it at Vitalik Med Spa. I've also had halos done at Dr. Kevin Hahn's office, who is my favorite plastic surgeon in Dallas. He's done a couple things to my face, which I'll get to in a moment. But the halo is just a great thing. It's just going to really improve the texture of your skin, lessening those fine lines and wrinkles. And I probably won't have to get a halo every year. I can probably do it maybe once every 2 years now that I'm using this amazing Ulike LED mask. I've also had a vampire vampire facelift. And what that means is basically it's like a skin pin where they sort of like create these little holes in your face, and they actually take your blood out. They spin the blood, they take the plasma, and then when you have all these little bitty holes in your face, they rub the plasma into those holes in your face. And that's why they call it a vampire facelift. Again, this is also going to improve the texture of your skin. It kind of helped my skin just feel plumper and firmer and more radiant and more youthful looking. I've only done that like once or twice. I didn't think it had such a profound effect. I feel like the halo is much better. I've also had a BBL, which is a laser treatment that gets rid of dark spots. Sometimes I'll do the BBL and the halo at the same time. The BBL feels like a rubber band is snapping on your skin, and it just sort of removes dark spots from my chest. I've had it on my chest and I've had it on my face, because obviously the less dark spots we have, the more youthful we will look. So I do recommend getting the BBL and the halo. If you're going to do those, that's a good one to do together. Again, you can get it done at Vitalic Med Spa and get a 20% discount. I wouldn't recommend getting a halo during the summertime because you need to stay out of the sun. So the halo BBL is a good thing to do, like in the fall or winter time, FYI. I've also had filler. So I've had filler injected right into my smile lines. I've had filler injected into my cheeks. I've had filler injected into this little wrinkle right here. I've had, and I think that's it. Basically, Dr. Kevin Hans is an amazing plastic surgeon. He's located in Dallas. You can go to him. I highly recommend him. He's the best one because I actually have had filler from other people before, and he's phenomenal. He's absolutely the best because he takes his time. He looks at your face, and he just is very detail oriented, and he's never overdone me. I'm like, I don't want to look like a duck. I don't want to look fake. I just want to look like a better version of myself. So he's a really good doctor when it comes to doing just the right amount. Another thing I love about Dr. Hans is he gives me a dental block before going in with the cannula and giving me the filler so that it doesn't hurt, because it hurts really bad if you're not numb. So that's why I also love going to Dr. Hans, and he's just literally, obviously he's got the hands of a surgeon because he is a surgeon and he's been practicing for many, many years, and he's just really good at what he does, and I trust him so much. I've also had Sculptra. That's what I've had done most recently. Sculptra is where they go in with a cannula and they just sort of make wounds underneath your skin where you need filler. It's basically this non-invasive, I think it's just like, I don't even know, like some sort of water or something that they put underneath the skin that creates the wounds so that you then create the collagen in your skin so that you have that plumpiness. So it's a more natural route to do than regular filler, because I haven't done filler in probably 2 years because I had a bad experience with it, which I'm going to get to at the end of the video. So Sculptra, again, is a way that you can get the looks of having filler without looking too overdone, and it's more natural. It also takes a longer period of time to come into a fruition. So if you get filler, you know, one day, it's not going to really take its full effect for 6 months. I had Sculptra done in my upper cheekbones. I had it done a little bit in my smile lines. I also had it done in my temples, because a lot of times people tell me that my temples are indented, and I know that they are, but honestly, that doesn't really bother me. So that's like my point that I made earlier in the video. Don't do anything to yourself if it doesn't bother you. And the next thing I've had done is facial fat transfer. And Dr. Kevin Hans did this. This was about 1.5 years ago. What's the difference between facial fat transfer and filler is that facial fat transfer is basically what it sounds like. They're basically taking fat. So they took fat from my upper butt. Sounds kind of weird. And then they injected it into my cheeks and a little bit into my temples and even a little bit into my lips. Again, this was 1.5 years ago. Why this is better is because it's something natural. It's your own fat that you're putting into your face, and it lasts a lot longer. It lasts between 5 and 7 years versus filler only lasts like a year. And so I just thought it was really good. Dr. Kevin Hans did a phenomenal job. Again, not making me look too overdone, but I still was really happy with the results. Definitely my cheeks are fuller. You know, he gave me the fat transfer in these upper cheekbones. I already have really good cheekbones, so he didn't really need to do a whole lot. And then he just put a little bit around my smile lines and again, a little bit in my lips. Very happy with the results. I would definitely do it again in like 5 years when I need to do it, because it's a more natural approach than getting filler And again, I'd rather put something in my body that's not foreign. The next thing I've done is, yes, I have had lip filler. So I just told you I had my own fat put in my lips, but prior to that, I used to get lip filler. I would get Vabella. I think I've gotten Restylane Kiss. I've gotten lip filler from Dr. Hans. He does a phenomenal job. I've also gotten lip filler from Vitalik Med Spa. And I always love the way it turns out because neither one of those places overdo my lips and make me look like a duck. So I love the way my lips looked. I haven't touched them since I had the facial fat transfer a year and a half ago. I think they're perfect, and I don't think I'm gonna have to get any more lip filler until the facial fat starts to wear down, which I don't think will be for a couple of years. So I'm glad about that because I think lip filler hurts so bad. But it does make a big difference if it's subtle. Again, I think it's better to go more on the subtle side than the overdone side. And the next thing, this is a cool thing that I think y'all will be super surprised about, but this is about my hair, and it is that I wear a halo. I have done hair tutorials on my channel before, so if you've seen those, you won't be surprised. But yes, I wear a halo, which is basically a hair extension. The company is called Halo Couture. I will link them down below. It is real human hair, so as you'll see, it literally looks exactly like my hair. So people, like, their jaws drop on the ground when I tell them, like, yeah, I have extensions, because they think that my hair looks so real, like they can't believe it. So I love it. I've been wearing it for over 10 years. It has never fallen off. It has never blown off. I've sat in a chair in a super windy lacrosse game and it doesn't come off. Like, the technology is amazing. They last like 4 to 5 years. I've had this one for 2 to 3 years and I still love it. Again, it's real human hair and it just gives my hair volume. It gives it a little bit of length. I've cut this one. I think I may get a new one here in about 6 months or so, but I absolutely love it. It just makes me feel better. I feel like my hair is kind of thin without it. And again, if it makes you feel better, ladies, there's no shame in doing any of this. Just do what makes you feel like the better version of yourself. And this halo definitely makes me feel better about myself, which is why I wear it. Okay, the final thing that I have done that I wish I hadn't done is gotten filler by the Galderma company, those Galderma filler products. The reason is I had filler done. It was the very first time I had filler done, which was probably about 7 years ago. I had a plastic surgeon from Fort Worth do it, and he left me a few nodules, especially down here. I think one here. I had like 2 nodules that I had to get dissolved, which took about 6 months to dissolve. They weren't like terrible, but they were bad enough to where it was annoying to me, and I noticed it. And the reason I won't ever do that again is because those Galderma fillers, they don't have smooth edges. They have rough edges, which is why they can cause nodules. Now, I'm not saying that's the reason why the nodule was there. We don't really know. It also could have been the technique that the plastic surgeon used. Maybe he put it in the wrong layer of skin. We really don't know. But the point is, I'll never get filler again by Galderma products, and I'll never get filler again from that doctor, just in case. So I will only go to Dr. Kevin Hans, and I will only use like the smooth fillers. I don't know exactly what they are, but Vabella and the other one that starts with a V I've used, and I've had really good luck with that. Again, I want to thank Ulike for sponsoring this video. The link to purchase the LED mask will be down below in my description box. Now let's talk about the dating story. So we went on our 3rd date and we had the best time. We went to Farmer's Market this last Sunday, so it was a date during the day. I didn't drink any alcohol. He is sober, so he wasn't drinking. We had the best time. We walked around, we shopped, we were holding hands and being so like lovey-dovey. It was so cute. I kind of felt like I was in high school again. And I just feel really happy when I'm with him. It rained, so he literally bought an umbrella just so we could walk across the street. We ate sushi together. I let him come back to my condo. He met Dolce. We played with the dog. We had fun. We hung out, just like sat on the couch, kissed a little bit, talked a lot. So I really feel good talking with this guy. I feel comfortable with him because he's been in AA and he goes to Al-Anon and I go to Al-Anon. It just feels right. He's very emotionally mature and I just get a really good feeling about him. So I'm excited, you guys. I can't wait to see where it goes. We're actually going on a 5th date this Saturday night, and I will definitely fill y'all in next week's video. I want to thank you again for stopping by today, and in case no one has told you yet today, I love you. You are beautiful and amazing just the way you are, and I'll look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye-bye.